What's up YouTube, I'm Skater and today I'm gonna show you how to actually mix a dubstep track, how I do it. I really hope that video helps you a lot and teach you a couple of things if you don't know. So let's get started. First, here I have my drums, the group with all the basses, my sub, one white noise. All I need for a dubstep drop. Let's start with a kick. Since I made this kick, the only thing that actually needs is an EQ for the high frequencies. I don't need the high frequencies in this track particularly. So only I applied an EQ here. Next is the sidechain. Most people actually use sidechain to the kick, but I prefer to use a ghost kick, only the attack, not the entire kick. If you see, the sample here is really small, but that way I can actually cut through better. I feel it cuts through better that way. And after the sidechain, it comes the snare. Yep, here's my snare. Actually, it's 3 snares layered together, cymatics. I don't know, I like these samples. If you know better samples, please write in the comments. So here I have 3 snares layered together. I used an EQ8. I just want to bring up a few of the frequencies here. It really gives a lot of power in this sample, this EQ. Almost the same here, with a little bit of reverb this time. And the same here, with a lot of high frequency turned up. Try using the EQ and the reverb, that way you give your sample a little bit more life, make it sound more dope. I don't know. Anyone should do it how he likes it. After that I have my rides. It's 2 different rides actually. Number 2 and number 1. I cut all the fingers that I don't need, only what I need to listen to in the mix, not by only solo of the track. You know what I mean? This is the most thing that you need to care about. And when you're EQing something, make it sound as you wish in the mix, not in solo. That's the most thing that you should know. The most important, sorry. Then I have my hats with autopan. I like using that effect. Makes the hi-hats sound more, I don't know, gives more stereo, I think, sides, you know. And this is a fill that I have every 8 bars at the end. I know most of these things you have seen them again. It's more generic. I just want to show you guys how I do things. I like my mixing. I have to learn more things, of course, and be better, but I think I'm in a pretty good point right now. This is my sub bass. For my side bass I use the hip hop sub. You can find it here in Ableton. Hip hop in the instruments, hip hop side bass. This is it. After you put it here, what you need to do is apply your EQ as you like it. I also like to use flattenator for this. It keeps the volume in one place. Even if I change notes, the volume doesn't change in the sub. This is very important. Also, I used a little bit of OTT in order to bring up some frequencies in the mids. And again, a little bit of EQ, some overdrive, making my sub even more heavy. You know the difference. Always, when you apply something, always try to feel the difference. This is very important. Don't do something just because you saw it somewhere or you think it's good without having any actual effects. Try to make something that works. Again, a little bit of EQ, and of course my sidechain, a lot of sidechain. Even my snare cuts through a little bit of my sub bass, because my snares, if you listen, they have some mid frequencies at 300 Hz, but you want them to cut through everything, and in order to feel the snare in your chest, it's very important. So, but I'm not overdoing it with my snare, just doing a little bit in order to feel that my snare, it cuts through. Nothing here, okay. And then let's go to our group with the basses and whatever I have. Here the first thing I have is a background arpeggio using massive, but that helps your drop actually sounds less empty or stuff, you know. Then again, I use 7 for this one, just a nice sound to hear every half bar, I think, yeah. It gives your track a little bit of motion. Always try to make your dubs drops, on every drop in particular, to have motion, to have a little bit action. Try not to do anything ordinary, you know. Try to make something more unique. Sorry for my bad English, I know I suck. I'm gonna try to be better by time, you know. Then a stab saw. I used for this one serum again, a little bit of reverb, a little bit of equate to bring up the high frequencies to cut in the mix, and of course a little bit of compression. Then my primary bass. What I played here is this Wobbs mix. This is actually a group of a few effects that I use almost in every single of my basses. It works for me, I don't know, I like it. There's a lot of difference, you know. Then you have to start by applying a little bit of EQ, cut the low frequencies. Then again, I don't use, if you see, I don't have here any compression, because most of the compression actually happens inside the serum, you know, OTT. And of course, I have a OTT inside here, so I don't need to use any external gain compression. So you have to use EQ here, bring it, cut a little bit of the high frequencies, because it's gonna mess your mix. Also, this is gonna help you make your hi-hats and rides to sound a little bit more cleaner in the mix. Then again, mid-side process. Mid-side process helps me to keep my drop and any sound to sound good in mono. I use this, and now I can EQ. Actually, even without this, I can EQ my sides, but I prefer to do this because I can solo hear my sides in the sound, and of course see the frequencies. And after that, if I can work with the dB here and change it, gain up a little bit the mids or the sides, you know. This for my primary bass. This the first bass that comes in the drop. I have it every 2 bars. Here again, serum, my Wobbs mix, and EQ8. I thought that I really want to bring up some of the fragrance here in 1000 Hz. Always do something because it works good, not just because you saw it somewhere. Remember that. It's really important. I used to do mistakes like that in the past. Oh, I saw someone in tutorial doing that way, so I'm gonna do it. It doesn't work everything with everyone. Any technique I apply here in my project doesn't mean necessarily that it's gonna work for you. You're probably gonna have to change it a little bit, but it's good for you to know almost every technique you can, but will help you a lot with your mixing. So here again, EQ and mid-side process. I cut a little bit of the lows in the side of the EQ8. This is actually what I do with almost all my basses. EQ, my Wobbs mix. Sorry. And then mid-side. Almost. In every sound I do this, yeah. It works for me. I don't know if it will work for you. You should probably try to make something, a group with a couple of effects, OTT, compression, EQ, maybe a little bit of saturation stuff. Try to make something that works for you. Try to make something that it's gonna be unique for you. This almost everything I do. Let's go to the group now. In the group I applied EQ. I cut the low frequencies. I don't need them because I have my sub bass and of course my drums. I cut the few here because you know now you listen to it makes a little bit of magic here. And because most of the basses are very powerful in the high frequencies, I cut a little bit, you know. Then I have here my spectrum to see what's going on. I see that in 1000 I have a lot of energy. Again, an EQ8 for my sides. Then a dimension expander. Actually, this is a free download, I think, from Expert Records if you buy Serum, or even if you don't, I don't remember, but try to check the Expert Records site and see if you can download this. It's very powerful, one of my favorite plugins right now. It really helps with the sides to make my track sound big enough, you know. All the big producers do that. Try not to overdo it with this because it's gonna sound bad and then you have to make it sound right in mono. Always remember that. Then again, a mid-side, I gave a little bit of dB, a couple of dBs in the mids because it's very important. If you want someone to play your track in a club or something, and clubs, you know that most of the clubs use sound system that is in mono, so you have to be very careful with your tracks. Then again, my reverb, try to use reverb in groups, not different reverb for every sound. If in groups, if you use one reverb, it's gonna work better. And then my sidechain, my kick cuts through in all the group, but it sounds legit. Then again here a little bit of sidechain with my snare. What I have here, snare and This is the fill, sorry. Terror fill 0.2. Make your use the sidechain and try to listen to your track to make it actually cut through the mix. So this is actually what I really want to show you guys. I hope it helped you a little bit. I know it's my first tutorial, probably sucks. I'm really gonna try to make it better for you and show you stuff that you probably want. Write down in the comments if you need anything, if you feel that I should try to make something else with the music to show you guys. I would love to show you a couple of things, how to write, how to shape your sounds and stuff, any technique you want, how to make anything, mixing, mastering. Probably in my next video I'm gonna show you how to master this drop noodle for the whole video to be more clear, you know. Also, and something last that I just saw, always use headroom. As you see, all my channels are in minus 14, 13 and a half, 16. Always use headroom and make your master come to mine comes at minus 2 or 3. It should be better if you try to make yours go to minus 5 or 6. But using headroom in your project is always gonna help you make your track sound more, how should I say it? You can actually make your sound more louder. That helps you a lot, and probably your mix is gonna be more cleaner. So that was my first video, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna upload, of course, another video in a few days whenever I have the time. So see ya.